A 50-year-old woman takes advantage of her husband's absence and ends up falling in love with her adopted son. Stay with me for today's movie recap, because a disaster is about to happen in the middle of the story. The film begins with a married couple, Jacob and Helena, who are living in deep shock after their son disappeared in the forest a few months ago. Since then, they've been trying to distract themselves with anything just to escape the overwhelming grief that has taken over their lives. One day, a young man named Teddy shows up at their house. He tells them he's a professional tennis player and that he's in town to participate in a tournament taking place in the area. He asks if he can stay with them for a few days until the tournament is over. Jacob is uncomfortable from the start and refuses the idea, not feeling at ease with Teddy staying in their home. However, Helena is very happy and welcoming. She feels that Teddy somehow fills a small part of the void left by their missing son. She even goes as far as pretending that one of the tournament organizers called her and confirmed that Teddy is indeed a participant. Jacob believes her, and eventually agrees to let Teddy stay with them. Later, Helena shows Teddy her missing son's room so he can stay there. Not only that, but she also gives him some of her son's clothes to wear. Teddy keeps thanking Helena for her great kindness and hospitality. Meanwhile, we notice that Jacob is still uncomfortable with Teddy being in his house, so he takes him to the tennis court to test his skills. Jacob deliberately tries to trip him up by hitting the ball toward a wet area. When Teddy goes to retrieve it, he actually slips and falls to the ground. Helena quickly runs to him, helps him up, and supports him all the way back into the house to treat his arm, which got twisted from the fall. After that, Jacob and Helena go out to buy some things from the market, leaving Teddy alone in the house. Teddy takes advantage of the situation and starts searching through their bedroom, looking for anything valuable to steal. While going through their belongings, he finds an envelope inside the wardrobe. When he opens it, he sees a photo of Helena and Jacob with their missing son. At that moment, we realize that Teddy isn't a tennis player at all, he's actually a thief who came to rob them. Just then, Teddy finds a box full of jewelry. As he's about to steal it, he suddenly hears Jacob entering the room. He quickly puts the box back and hides under the bed. When Jacob walks in and sees the jewelry box placed on the table, he becomes very suspicious. Suddenly, Jacob hears a noise coming from under the bed. As he's about to bend down and check, Teddy quickly pushes the cat out from under the bed to distract him. Jacob assumes the cat was the source of the noise. After that, Jacob takes a ring from the jewelry box and hides it under the mattress, planning to frame Teddy and accuse him of stealing it, hoping Helena will kick him out of the house. What Jacob doesn't know is that Teddy is still hiding under the bed and has seen everything. Once Jacob leaves the room, Teddy takes the ring and manages to sneak out safely without anyone noticing. A little later, Jacob tells Helena that one of her rings is missing and that he suspects Teddy stole it. When Helena checks the jewelry box herself, she confirms that the ring is indeed gone. Helena then goes to Teddy's room and finds him lying on the bed. When she asks him about the missing ring, he claims he knows nothing about it. Instead of kicking him out, Helena gets closer to him and tells him that he's like her son and that she trusts him. While she's fixing his hair, Teddy loses control and hugs her. As he leans in to kiss her, Helena refuses, quickly pulls away, and leaves the room. After that, Teddy follows Helena and gives her the missing ring, telling her he found it on the floor. Strangely, Helena gives the ring back to him and tells him to keep it as a gift from her. When Jacob sees this, he becomes furious, yells at Teddy, and takes the ring from him. Later, Helena asks Jacob if they can go on a trip and take Teddy with them so they can enjoy some time together as one family. Eventually, Jacob agrees, and the three of them go out on a boat trip. They spend time enjoying the sea, and when they get close to the shore, Teddy jumps into the water and starts swimming. Helena keeps watching him the whole time, clearly more focused on him than on her husband, Jacob, without even realizing it. After a while, Helena joins him in the water, and they swim together. At that moment, Jacob takes out his wife's ring, the one he had taken from Teddy, and throws it into the sea. Then, when he sees Helena and Teddy coming out of the water together and heading toward the shore, he runs after them and asks Helena what's going on between them. But she doesn't answer him, she just laughs. Jacob becomes very upset by her behavior, leaves her, and goes back to the boat alone. At that moment, Helena reminds Jacob of how much their son had suffered before he disappeared, pointing out that Jacob had treated him very badly. After that, Helena goes to Teddy and asks him to play with her to help her feel better after what Jacob said. She picks up some charcoal and starts drawing on Teddy's face, while Teddy stays quiet and visibly nervous, especially since Jacob is watching them from the boat. Then Helena encourages Teddy to do the same to her face, and he eventually agrees, coloring her face with charcoal as well. The two of them continue playing different games, trying to escape the emotional tension they're feeling. After that, they head into the forest and start running after each other, completely ignoring Jacob's presence. Meanwhile, Jacob grows increasingly jealous and follows them into the forest, trying to find them. Suddenly, he spots a wild animal among the trees, which terrifies him and stops him from continuing his search. At the same time, Helena and Teddy are still running through the forest. When Teddy finally catches up to her, he gets close and kisses her. This time, Helena gives in and responds to his kiss. Eventually, she surrenders to her feelings, and the two of them begin a relationship together in the middle of the forest. After they finish and head back toward the shore, they're shocked to find that their boat has drifted far away. At the same time, Jacob is in the water, desperately trying to swim toward the boat, but it's too far, and he can't reach it. Helena is overwhelmed with sadness as she remembers their son who disappeared in the forest. She starts to fear that they might end up with the same fate, especially now that they're lost with no way out. Jacob, Helena, and Teddy then head into the forest, searching for any way to escape. But they soon realize that everything looks the same, the place is completely isolated, and there's no clear path leading out. While searching, they come across a small cabin in the middle of the forest, so they decide to stay there for a while and rest. Later, when they go out looking for food, they find trees full of fruit nearby, which makes them very happy, and they start picking and eating from them. When the three return to the cabin, Jacob begins to notice how close Teddy has become to Helena, along with their uncomfortable behavior. Suspicion starts to grow inside him. While they're sitting outside the cabin eating, Jacob puts his hand into the fire they lit to keep warm and starts counting to 10, trying to show his strength in front of Helena and Teddy. After that, Jacob challenges Teddy, telling him that if he's really a man, he should do the same to prove his strength. Teddy, not wanting to appear weak in front of Helena, agrees and puts his hand into the fire, but quickly pulls it out, unable to keep it there or count to 10 like Jacob. Jacob takes advantage of the situation, starts mocking him, and belittling him. This deeply upsets Teddy, and a confrontation quickly turns into a violent fight. They begin hitting each other with full force. During the fight, Teddy notices a bottle on the ground, grabs it, and slashes Jacob's face. Blood starts pouring out, but Jacob refuses to give up and keeps fighting until he manages to hit Teddy and knock him to the ground. At that moment, Teddy feels deeply humiliated in front of Helena, so he decides to leave. He catches his breath and runs off into the forest. Helena follows him, trying to bring him back so he can stay with them, but she suddenly stops. She remembers her injured husband and the blood still flowing from his wound. She realizes she can't lose him too, the way she lost her son. So Helena goes back to Jacob and tries to stop the bleeding, tending to his wound while apologizing for her behavior and asking for his forgiveness. And with that, the movie comes to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.